What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is episode 2 of the Comeback series. Today we're doing a push day.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is the Comeback series, episode 2. Today is the push day of the split. So we're starting off with the flat barbell bench press. I'm just going to show you guys my warm-up sets here. For those of you who are curious, my split is still a 6-day split like it was in 2024, which was probably my most productive year of lifting ever. But it's changed a little bit. It is now legs, push-pull, legs, chest and back, delts and arms. I feel like that just works a little bit better for some of my goals that I have now. But as of right now, we're doing a top set of bench press. I wanted to try to get 225 for 5, but I was doing that back in December, and then I got sick, and it just completely drained me, more than I realized, apparently, and so I only got 3 reps, which sucks, because at one point I was able to do that for 9 reps, so my reps are cut into, like, thirds at this point, but it's okay. We're going to build back up at a lighter body weight and be stronger than ever, especially pound for pound. But now as a secondary movement for my second set of flat pressing and for chest, I am doing the feet up bench. Now, normally this is where I would do some paused Larson pressing, but I've seen a lot of people at my public gym doing feet up bench, so I wanted to give it a shot for myself. And I got to say, I'm favoring it just a little bit more for the time being. I guess with the feet up, it's a little more stable versus having your legs just kind of laying flat out in front of you. So I'm favoring that better. But yeah, after the flat pressing, we move on to some vertical pressing for our delts. So this is a seated dumbbell press. I am doing this at, I believe the bench was at 85 degrees, but obviously I am arching a little bit, so it's probably somewhere between 70 and 85. I don't like doing this completely upright. It just feels weird. But yeah, I'm doing this with my new dumbbells. These are the Iron Masters. Some of you have probably maybe seen me use like my old Walmart dumbbells that you had to like spin the lock on or whatever. And those, I don't recommend them. They're not the safest option if you have some heavy weight on. Not that I'm using very heavy weight now, but yeah, these just aren't as bulky, and they feel really good in my hands. I wanted to get the RepX Pepins, but I saw that those plates got stuck whenever you tried to adjust them sometimes, and sometimes they even break, so I didn't want to have to replace an entire set of dumbbells. I figured I would just get these, and I'm absolutely loving them. But yeah, these are the 60s. These dumbbells go up to 75s, but if you're curious, you can actually expand them up to 125s or even 165s if you're strong enough to lift those, which I clearly am not. But after the dumbbell pressing, we move on to some direct arm work. So this is the cable overhead extension for the long head of the triceps. Your lateral head and medial head get hit during presses like the bench press and overhead pressing, but still got to get that long head action in there because the tricep is the thickest part of the arm, as all of you know, and as you probably also know, the long head is the thickest part of the triceps. So yeah, we got to isolate that. My favorite way of doing that is with a cable overhead extension. I used to do these with 2 ropes for a little more freedom of movement, inspired by John Meadows and Alex Leonidas, but I found that just using a single rope actually improves the stretch at the bottom, because like with a shorter handle, it's really just trying to pull you down more, which, I mean, the stretch isn't that important. It's effort. Let's be real. I know a lot of people were kind of glazing the stretch for a while, but it's really not that big of a deal. We're just kind of splitting hairs at this point, but I still like feeling somewhat of a stretch, and this is the way for me to do it. So yeah, we are just doing some moderate reps with these, going to failure, just until we can't anymore. So right now I've got 40 pounds on. The first set I did 50, but I only got 7 reps. So I went down in weight a little bit because I knew there was going to be a rep drop off. And I didn't want to be doing like 5s or something. So anyway, for the third set here, it's not overhead extensions. This is a third set of triceps, not third set of overhead extensions. But I wanted to throw these in here just because I love push downs. So these are just some pretty strict cable push downs. I just used whatever weight I had on for the cable overhead extensions and just got to work. I just did a set until I couldn't, and I got 7 reps here, which, I mean, it's okay. I'm not very strong when it comes to isolations, and I think that reflects in my physique, but that's why I'm trying to bring all this stuff up this year. I need to get stronger at everything, not just the compounds, but at isolation work too. Got to have standards for those too. But after the tricep work, this is the last part of the workout. So these are cable cuff raises. I finally got some cuffs, and I love using them for delt work. I'm doing these behind the back. I was going to do these one arm at a time, but I really just didn't want to spend all that time doing just one side. So I just set them up this way. You'll see that the rep range that I had written down was supposed to be sets of 10 to 15, which clearly did not happen. I guess I just forgot. This is so stupid. I had the spreadsheet in front of me, right? But I guess I forgot what I was supposed to do. And so I just went down to 30 pounds and just got to work. And it was pretty much history from there. But yeah, I literally struggled just to do 8 reps on my first set. And the rep drop off got me on the second one, so I only do like 6 reps, but it's totally fine. The hypertrophy rep range is pretty broad, and all that really matters is effort. So it is what it is. And since this is the first week, we're really just testing. We're just testing like what weights to use and how to do certain exercises. Like yesterday with the ab work, I was trying to decide on doing my sit-ups, my decline sit-ups with a plate versus the cable, and I decided that I'm going to stick with the cable. So, it's totally fine to have some sessions like this in the beginning, because it helps you to adjust things moving forward. But yeah, I will definitely be lowering the weight next week so that I can actually do the rep range that I wrote down. But yeah, guys, don't stress too much about the rep ranges. Just get in there and get after it. But that concludes the push day. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 3, the pull day.